and welcome back to another YouTube video. Today we're taking a look at another anime review. We took a look at Tokyo Revengers yesterday, and now we're taking a look at Death Parade. I have noticed a problem with my channel recently, and how that my anime reviews, film reviews, series reviews have been really quick and snappy, and they haven't been that good. They haven't gone into much detail. It's just the animation's good, voice acting's good, this is good, this is bad, and I'm not really explaining why. So I'm going to be trying to upgrade my film reviews, show reviews, anime reviews, and that's what I'm doing here. So we are going to be taking a look at Death Parade. I'm also going to be looking at, if I'm doing an anime or a TV show, I'll be looking at it season by season instead of the show as a whole, because it's just easier. I can go in more depth and just take a look at the season in general. But here is Death Parade. Death Parade is mid. I'm going to put it out there. I think it's overhyped. It is very mid, and yeah, I've seen a lot of hype for this on the internet. Even my girlfriend hyped this up for me. I watched it, and I thought it wasn't that good. I thought it was pretty bad. I didn't like the story. I thought I was going into it, I was like, right, this is a murder mystery thing. This is like a mystery type show. There's going to be some elements where you have to try and work some parts out for yourself. Nope, it is just an episodic death-by-death experience where people go into the afterlife, depending who goes up, who goes down. That's it. It's just determining people who we don't get really familiar with. It's every episode we have a new sort of duo of people come in to this sort of pub or a bar to be decided if they're going to heaven or hell. Pretty good concept. Execution wasn't that good though. I didn't really like the animation style. I'm not sure if it was the animation company, but the animation style really bugged me. It's like one of the older animation styles, or anime styles, not animation styles, and I just didn't like it. It didn't really fit with me. I'm not a fan of this anime style. But I really expected more from the series. I did like two of the characters though, and they did make it a little bit more entertaining. I don't remember any of their names because I struggled to watch this. I had to force myself to finish this, and if I start something, I finish it. If I start watching an anime, I'll watch it all the way through to the end. I refuse to give up on it because I don't see any point in that. I've put so much time into it already, might as well push through and finish it. But I had to force myself to watch it. I just had it on in the background as well. I went and did other things, or I was sort of sorting out some of my videos, making thumbnails, and just had it on in the background, and I wasn't really paying attention to it because it just wasn't interesting to me. But I wanted to finish it, I wanted to get through it, and I was still listening to it, just on the lowdown. So I can now officially say that I have watched it, but it just wasn't interesting enough. I went in with high expectations, and they were really dropped low down. I am going to say it's mid because, it's not terrible, but it isn't excellent. Some of the characters here are my favourites. I like the red one and the green one. The others I'm not really a fan of. There was this sort of mystery to the blue girl on the left of the screen, as you can see here, is she, she's a human, she's coming to this death place, and she needs to be sorted, but she doesn't remember being human, which most people do by the end of their experience. And it was a really confusing concept, but I got it eventually. I got it 3 episodes in. The first episode really hooked me, and then I realized by the second episode that it's a different duo every time, and I'm like, okay, we're not following one duo. The main focus of the episodes were the random 2 people that came in. They were the main focus, not our characters that we know and we loved and we sort of grew with the series. It was 2 random people every episode, with the characters here on the screen now. The green one and the red one didn't really show up in the first couple of episodes. They were more towards the end. The green one had about 10 lines, but I thought he was funny and I enjoyed him. He was like an elevator guy. The red one I liked as well. He was sort of angry and rough, and he was really confused. He had himself an sort of placeable person. You couldn't place them in heaven or hell because he couldn't decide. They're called arbiters because they decide your fate, how good of a human you are, whether you go to heaven or hell. Sometimes they do make mistakes, and sometimes they do become more human-like and get emotions. They should be like robots, but they're growing to get emotions, and the old man doesn't like that, but the new person in charge does. I don't know. It's just not a good series, if I'm being honest. The voice acting was it wasn't bad, but the two main characters sounded like such downers. They didn't have life to their voice. Like, they both, I know they're supposed to sound like robots, but when it's a graining, monotone voice for like 12 episodes in a row, that's why I liked the green and the red one so much. The red one had like anger and emotion to his voice. The green one had like a joyous, upbeat voice. And the main two, which are in it for the majority of the series, the one with the white hair and the one with the black hair, they had such monotone, shitty voices, and I couldn't take it. I don't know. It just wasn't good. The storyline, it was okay. Like, I get it. It's just I wish we focused a little bit more on the arbiters here. There was a little bit of arbiters sort of episodes. I think there was about 2 or 3, but majority of it was just deciding whether humans were gonna go to heaven or hell, and that was it. That was the series. I'm not sure if I'm just too dumb to get it. I could have been too dumb to get it. I might not have a high enough IQ to understand this show and the sort of debate of whether humans go to heaven or hell, but I couldn't do it. I couldn't hack it. I couldn't fully focus on it. It was boring and it just wasn't good. I'm sorry. That is my opinion. You're entitled to your own. But no. I thought it was mid at best. I'm being generous in calling it mid because the only reason I'm calling it mid is because the green hair and the red hair, they fucking brought it up because I liked them and they sort of gave life to the show, and I actually found myself watching it when those two came on. Because it just made it so much more interesting. I gave up on whatever I was doing just to sort of watch the screen whilst those two were on. And then once they disappeared, I was like, okay, back to my other thing. It was just, I can't explain how just boring it was. And I'm sorry, I know a lot of you love this series. Actually, no, I'm not sorry. I thought it was terrible. That's my opinion. I'm allowed to say that. But I don't know. It's just, there was a sort of conflict between the redhead and the sort of white-haired person, which I didn't really care for because I didn't really like the whitehead. I'm calling them redhead, whitehead, and just colour of the hair. But, you know, the white-haired arbiter is the main one, and he's the one that we were supposed to connect to and care about. But he's just so bland, boring, and basic. He's like a robot, and you can't connect with a robot, and it's hard to make a series with a robot. Like, even Zane in Ninjago, he's a robot, but he's still connectable. You can connect to that robot. Like, he isn't just stone cold, emotionless deathbot like this arbiter is. And I know that's what he's supposed to be, but I need to be able to connect to like characters and be able to be interested and invested in their character and their story, and I can't when they're a robot. So this series is just not for me. I didn't enjoy it, and I am going to give it a 4 out of 10. It is mid, sort of middle ground. 4 to 6 is mid for me, so I'm giving it a 4. 4 is my favourite number, so it has that going for it. But the intro, I didn't watch it. I watched it once, and then I gave up on it. Usually if the intro's good, I'll watch it every time the episode comes around. But the intro just wasn't good. The music wasn't good. The old man had a really crappy story. He was the head before this girl in the middle, and he's sort of trying to explain how she should do a job, and he just wants to play pool. That was his entire personality. He wanted to play fucking pool with the new leader, but she didn't have time. And it was... it just, I was not a fan. The voice acting was decent on 2 of the characters, the rest of them just sounded dead inside, and I hated that. But honestly, I'm giving it a 4 out of 10. There's nothing else I can say. I've already given my begrudges to this series, and I'm sorry if you like it. I didn't like the art style, I didn't like the voice acting, I didn't really like the story, so it's just lost everything for me. Even the music in it was terrible. So it deserved the 4 out of 10. So other than that, I hope you enjoyed. See you all next one. Have a nice day and goodbye. Stay home and stay safe.